Here is a fact that might genuinely surprise you. Every summer in the United Kingdom, thousands of people are admitted to hospital with entirely preventable heat-related illnesses, and the majority of those cases happen during ordinary warm spells, not declared heat waves. Today, on Friday the 3rd of July, 2026, much of England is experiencing classic early summer warmth, and the risks are real. The British home is not built for heat. Our housing stock largely lacks air conditioning, our population is unacclimatized to sustained warmth, and our summers are growing measurably more intense decade on decade. Today's conditions across southern and central England are sitting in the low to mid-20s Celsius, with a UV index reaching 6 to 7, classified as high by the Met Office. At that level, unprotected skin can begin to burn in under 20 minutes. Whether you are heading to work, spending time outdoors with family, or simply managing your health at home, today demands your attention. This video breaks down what is happening right now and gives you the specific, practical steps you need to protect yourself. Let us look at what conditions actually look like across the four nations today. Southern and central England are seeing the highest temperatures. London, Birmingham, and Bristol are forecast to peak between 22 and 26 degrees Celsius this afternoon. The southeast is particularly humid today, which makes it feel several degrees warmer than the thermometer alone suggests. Northern England is cooler, with highs sitting between 18 and 21 degrees, while Scotland and Northern Ireland are experiencing temperatures in the range of 14 to 18 degrees Celsius, more in keeping with a typical July day. Wales is largely dry today, with moderate cloud cover keeping conditions more comfortable. The critical figure for everyone in England and Wales today is the UV index, which is sitting at 6 to 7 across most of the south. That is the high band, and it applies from mid-morning through to late afternoon. Additionally, high pressure currently anchored over the British Isles is trapping pollutants near ground level, with air quality classified as moderate in urban centres including London, Manchester, and Leeds. To understand today's conditions properly, it helps to know the broader patterns at play. The UK's summer climate has been shifting measurably over recent decades. Met Office long-term data shows that summers across England are now on average nearly 1 degree Celsius warmer than they were in the final decades of the 20th century, with intense heat events becoming more frequent and more prolonged. The jet stream has increasingly been sitting further north during summer months, allowing warm continental air from mainland Europe to push into the British Isles more persistently than in previous generations. What this means in practice is that early July warmth now often arrives with greater intensity than it once did. It also means that warm nights, where temperatures remain above 18 degrees Celsius overnight, have become a recurring feature of the British summer. If you have experienced several of those in a row this week, your body is likely already carrying accumulated heat stress before today's afternoon peak has even arrived. That physiological burden is a meaningful risk factor that many people overlook entirely. So what are the actual health consequences of today's weather? NHS data from recent summers consistently shows a spike in GP consultations and urgent care presentations for dehydration, heat exhaustion, and skin complaints during warm spells in July. Heat exhaustion, which presents with heavy sweating, dizziness, nausea, headache, and cool, clammy skin, can escalate to heatstroke within minutes if left untreated. Heatstroke is a life-threatening emergency, defined medically by a core body temperature exceeding 40 degrees Celsius. It can cause permanent damage to the brain, kidneys, and heart. Today is also a particularly difficult day for the approximately 13 million hay fever sufferers in the UK. Grass pollen, the dominant allergen during July, is at high to very high levels across the Midlands, southern England, and East Anglia. For the significant proportion of hay fever sufferers who also have asthma, today carries compounded respiratory risk, particularly during the early morning and early evening hours when pollen concentrations in the air reach their daily peak. Now let us get into the practical steps, and these are specific, not vague. On hydration, the NHS baseline recommendation is 6 to 8 glasses of water per day under normal conditions, but in today's heat you should meaningfully exceed that. Sports and exercise medicine professionals recommend roughly 500 milliliters of water per hour when you are active outdoors in warm weather. Critically, do not wait until you feel thirsty. Thirst is already a physiological signal that mild dehydration has begun. Avoid alcohol and excessive caffeine today, as both act as diuretics and accelerate fluid loss. On sun protection, apply a minimum of SPF 30. SPF 50 is strongly preferred and is now widely available at standard prices. Apply it before you go outside, reapply every 2 hours, and cover exposed skin between 11 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon when UV radiation is at its peak. A wide-brimmed hat, lightweight long sleeves in breathable fabric, and UV protective sunglasses will reduce your total sun exposure significantly across the course of the day. For those living with hay fever, today requires deliberate management. Grass pollen is the dominant airborne allergen during July in the UK, and counts are high across much of England right now. The Met Office pollen forecast, updated daily and freely available online, provides a regional breakdown, so check it specifically for your area this morning rather than relying on national generalizations. To reduce your exposure, keep windows closed during peak pollen release periods, typically between 6 and 10 in the morning and again in the early evening. When you come indoors from outside, shower and change your clothes to remove pollen from your hair and skin. Antihistamines are considerably more effective when taken proactively, before your symptoms appear, rather than reactively after they have already taken hold. If you have not yet started a nasal corticosteroid spray this summer, begin today. These treatments take several days of consistent use to reach their full anti-inflammatory effect. For anyone managing both hay fever and asthma, keep your reliever inhaler accessible throughout the day without exception. Certain groups face significantly elevated risk in today's conditions, and they deserve explicit mention. People aged over 75 are disproportionately vulnerable to heat illness for 2 reasons. The body's thermoregulatory capacity declines with age, and many common medications prescribed for hypertension, heart disease, and mental health conditions, including diuretics, beta blockers, and antidepressants, impair the body's ability to sweat and cool itself effectively. If you have an elderly relative or neighbor, a welfare check this afternoon is not an overreaction, it is a genuinely important action, particularly if they live alone and their home has been absorbing heat all week. The UK Health Security Agency runs a heat health alert system that issues specific guidance to care homes and local authorities on days like today. Children under 5 are also highly susceptible to heat illness because their bodies heat up faster and cool down more slowly than adults. Outdoor workers in construction, agriculture, and delivery should take mandatory rest breaks in shade during peak afternoon heat. People with chronic kidney disease, diabetes, or heart conditions should be particularly cautious. Looking ahead over the coming days, today's warm conditions are expected to persist into Saturday the 4th of July, with temperatures in the south potentially peaking slightly higher than today before a frontal weather system begins to push in from the Atlantic on Sunday evening, bringing cloud and patchy rain across most of the country. From Monday the 6th of July, a more unsettled and cooler weather pattern is likely to return, bringing the kind of variable British summer conditions we are more accustomed to. That means this weekend is the period of highest cumulative heat exposure. Warm overnight temperatures, likely to remain above 18 degrees Celsius in the south through to Sunday, will limit your body's natural overnight cooling. To counter this, keep south-facing curtains or blinds closed during the day to reduce solar heat gain indoors, and open windows after sunset once outdoor air becomes cooler than indoor air. A damp cloth to the back of the neck and wrists is a simple, effective way to assist the body in cooling rapidly when needed. To bring it all together, today, Friday the 3rd of July, 2026, the UK is warm, bright, and carrying genuine health risks that are straightforward to manage but easy to underestimate. The most important actions are these. Drink water consistently throughout the day and do not wait for thirst to prompt you. Apply SPF 50 sunscreen before you leave the house and reapply every 2 hours. Stay out of direct sun between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. If you have hay fever, check today's regional pollen forecast, take antihistamines proactively, and keep your inhaler accessible if you have asthma. Check on elderly relatives or neighbors this afternoon. Keep your home cool by blocking solar gain during the day. And look out for the signs of heat exhaustion, dizziness, nausea, heavy sweating, and pale clammy skin, in yourself and others. The UK summer is growing more intense, and responding to it intelligently is the difference between a great day outdoors and a preventable health crisis. Enjoy this Friday sunshine safely.